The Cayman Islands. What a place. If you listen to American politicians or the media, you'd think this was nothing but some kind of luxurious Caribbean beach filled with scoundrels helping Americans and American companies evade taxes.
You've got a building in the Cayman Islands that supposedly houses 12,000 corporations. That's either the biggest building or the biggest tax scam on record.
What if I told you that thanks to Caymanian insurance companies, Americans pay less for health care? What if I told you that poor Americans get more health care delivered to them by non-profit hospitals because of Caymanian insurance companies? What if I told you that investment from Cayman investment vehicles is driving jobs and economic growth in the United States? We're talking about the same Cayman Islands, right?
Well, truth be told, the Cayman Islands isn't a place of no regulations, but a place of regulations done right.
How so? Well, it's built on the concept called the rule of law, a foundational concept where we get the rules of the game clear and people can play in a fair game.
For example, consider playing basketball on the streets without a solid court, a clear set of rules, or even a referee. Under those conditions, chaos ensues, and fights often break out. When the rules of the game are clear to everyone on the court, with referees to settle disputes, then you've got a game that's fair. So getting back to the rule of law, back to when Caribbean jurisdictions left and right were seeking independence, the Caymans actually resisted independence and in fact clung to the crown. Why? Because Cayman Islanders knew that few places had the quality legal institutions the UK had. In fact, the ability to have disputed decisions appealed to British courts became a key selling point for investors.
Caymanians were actually very entrepreneurial, were real risk takers. They had, after all, been seamen sailing around the Caribbean and elsewhere on boats they built themselves, seeking economic success for their families. When they looked around and saw the booming offshore financial business start in the Bahamas and Bermuda, the Channel Islands, the Isle of Man, and places like that, Caymanians sought out to build the infrastructure here to bring that here. Join me, Professor Andrew Morris, as we go on location here in the Cayman Islands to talk to local experts about how these three islands transformed themselves from a place of turtle fishermen and thatched rope makers into a financial powerhouse as the envy of the world. We'll look at its rich history and how the Cayman Islands used an effective regulatory environment to build a platform that enabled financial innovation to benefit people around the world, including, surprise, surprise, in our own United States.